Hello and welcome to the A3Noonas Podcast. Here today we have Amber, Amy, and me, Allison. Thank you guys for joining us for episode number 2. I know we're a hot mess, but we will get this together. In today's episode, we're going to focus on some K-pop news, but we're also going to focus on BTSBUTTER. We're going to talk about it, discuss how we feel. This is BTS' second all-English single. It is amazing. And we're also going to take time today for our main topic to talk about Kingdom. Mnet's Kingdom that is on episode 8 just finished airing, so we're going to talk up to there. And before we get into those two main topics, we have Amber with our K-pop news. We got some juicy stuff today, so take it away, Amber.
We do some surprising news on a couple of different levels. Okay, what we're going to do first is we're going to start today by talking about the most shocking bit of K-pop drama that's going on, and that's that all 6 members of the very popular group G-Friend or Yojichingu confirmed that they will not renew their contracts with Source Music. Source Music is a subsidiary now of the HYBE Big Hit family. So it's definitely one of those things where it's a bad situation. G-Friend was put together 7 years ago. It was on the 19th that the members took to Weverse and they uploaded individual written letters to express their feelings and talk about their disbandment. Leader So-won verified that the group will end after 7 years together. She said, although G-Friend has officially ended, this is not the end of us, so don't have too hard of a time. During their time on the K-pop scene, the girls have had several music show wins. They had like 29 wins at one point in a year, which was like a record at the time. And they also clinched Song of the Year at the 7th Go On Chart Music Awards with their single Rough. And they've had so many mega hits, and it's really a shame that it's the end for them. I don't know if they're going to do acting or what they're going to do next, or if they're going to have solos, but I think it's sad. What do you guys think?
I think it's sad. It's G-Friend. They were one of my go-to girl groups. And then when I saw that they went with HYBE and everything, or Big Hit at the time, I thought, okay, this is good. And I like how they transitioned from schoolgirl to more adult. And I love their new songs. But it's a 7-year curse. It is a 7-year curse, and they didn't make it. I don't know if they didn't like their contract, they wanted more freedom, or they thought they're going to get more access to Big Hit, and they didn't, because Big Hit is focused on, Enhypen, the end of BTS right now, because they're about to go to the military service. Maybe that's it. TXT, I don't know.
Well, see, I'm not a girl group stan. So I probably could not name a G-Friend song, so I will not be part of this conversation. I'm so sorry.
Well, okay, so let's look at it this way. We have 17 that's also under the Big Hit umbrella now.
Yes, forgot about them.
So it worries me about the future of the HYBE labels and how things are going to go, because G-Friend was unhappy with how maybe they were unhappy, maybe they weren't, who knows. But they've only been together for 7 years, which is a little scary to think. Okay, that's not really long when you look at somebody like Girls' Generation or some of the other groups that have been around. Yeah, Super Junior. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. But let's move on to probably one of the most legendary K-pop princesses, who is Dara from 2NE1. She actually left YG after 17 years. Praise the Lord. Yay. So she announced that she'd be leaving her contract. She signed with YG in 2004. She trained and debuted in 2NE1 in 2009. They've had so many hits over the years. They won Song of the Year, Artist of the Year, Album of the Year, all at the Mama Awards. Their last moment together on stage was at the Mamas in 2015, where they did Fire, which was their debut single, and the crowd went wild. My daughter was at home watching, and she called me and she was like, "Oh my God, Mom, did you see that?" Because I was watching it at work. It was so sad. So Dara actually, she did write a note about it. She said that she basically said, "Finally, I hope to see my 2NE1 members, whom I love and miss a lot. Keep working in various areas and pray that we will reunite again someday. Congratulations on our 12th anniversary together." So let's hope for a 2NE1 reunion soon, maybe, hopefully. Even if they're on different labels, we know CL's kind of doing the Scooter Braun / HYBE thing, and Menzies on a different label, and Park Bomb's working on something somewhere. I don't know where she is right now. She's on another label, D Nation or something like that. Not P Nation, but a different thing. So let's just hope that they get a chance to get back together soon. I know, Allison, since you've been in K-pop longer, how does this make you feel?
I think it's the best thing ever. They used 2NE1 and abused, and then all of a sudden just dropped them. Like, why in the world would you treat a girl group like that, who brought you fame, money, recognition, put you in the top 3, and they treated them like nothing when Blackpink came around? Like, we'll just put you aside. So I'm really glad Dara can leave, because I bet you they couldn't even do anything while she was still with YG. And so now I am hoping with the next couple of years we'll see a 2NE1 comeback.
What about you?
Yeah, for not being a girl group stan, I would like to see them come back, because they had great vocals. They were the first really girl group that I ever heard of. And they're, the classics should still be around. It shouldn't be all about, all the new cookie cutter ones, because they're all, 2NE1 made the mold, and everybody's just kind of following. And they weren't, too cheerleader-like. I don't like the cheerleader ones at all. Sorry, Twice. Sorry.
The princesses. I used to call it pageant K-pop. I've since become a stan of girl groups, but before I was like, that's just the little pageant girls. I was mean. All right, so let's hope 2NE1 gets to come back sometime in some form or even if it's just a reunion, and we get to see pictures. So the third bit of news, and this is like juicy scandal kind of thing. So Marco, who was in UNB, and he was also in another group called HBY. So UNB was made on the show The Units, and UNB didn't last very long, which is sad because there was a lot of good kids in that group. But Marco was the cheesy guy that he had like a really cute eye smile, and like everybody loved him, and he obviously knows everybody in K-pop. He was found out to be in a relationship with Hyebin from Momoland. And so how things went about is that netizens started looking at photos of Hyebin and Marco and seeing couple things. So they saw the same necklace, the same padded jacket, same ring, same watch. And so they all, how netizens are like the super spies of the internet. They noticed all those things, and they're like, okay, let's find out if it's real or not. So a source from MLD Entertainment, which I guess is the agency that is responsible for Momoland, said that they had checked with Hyebin, and it was true that she and Marco were dating. So I think it's great from what my daughter told me, because she knows a lot, almost more about K-pop than I'll ever know. She said that she had heard that they were actually living together. Who knows if that's true or not?
Scandalous.
That's real scandalous. So who knows? But that's one of those things we only see a couple of K-pop. Yeah, we only see a couple of K-pop couples that are actually together like that. You know, Kenna and Dawn.
Exactly.
Yeah, Dawn to be gone. So that's exciting, though, right?
Yeah, and it's a shame that it's shocking in that world. That's the only thing. Maybe someday it'll be normal.
Yeah.
One day.
Maybe that'll cause if they would just make it like okay, if the company would be just like, yeah, and what? It's fine. I think people would eventually get used to it. But and a lot of the thing that really irks me about it is a lot of the times the netizens know. They know for years. They knew that Chen was in a relationship. They knew like some of the Suju boys had been in relationships when I could go on forever about people and dating, but they know. So I don't know why it's such a big deal when they all know. They act like once it comes out in the open, oh God, scandalous, but they've known the whole time.
Yeah.
It's frustrating. So in more news, we've got comebacks coming up that are really actually pretty exciting. So Mingyu and Wonwoo from 17, and you know Mingyu was just in a little bit of controversy, but I guess this is going to turn the page for him. They are going to be doing a song featuring Lehigh, and Lehigh is Queen. Now she's on AOMG, and their song is called Bittersweet, and it's supposed to come out May 28th at 6 p.m. KST. And then also, along with that, 17 is going to be having their new album come out. It's the mini album called Your Choice, and it comes out June the 18th. So it's going to be a good month for Mingyu and Wonwoo and the boys of 17. And let's hope that they can get a hit with Bittersweet. Along with that, Tomorrow by Together has their brand new album coming out. It's called The Chaos Chapter Freeze. It comes out May 31st at 6 p.m. Everybody's doing 6 p.m. KST. Don't know why that's the time, but that's what it is. And then finally, and this is what I'm probably most excited about, EXO. EXO. They are going to have their comeback. Yay!
They've gone way too long.
We've got a lot of missing people, but we got Sehun and Dio and Xiumin and Kai. Can't remember who else off the top of my head. I'm drawing a blank, but their new album is going to be. I guess it's the new single. Don't Fight the Feeling. It comes out.
But we heard it, right? We heard a snippet already of that song. Yeah, they did. When they told us they were having a comeback, they showed us part of the dance. They were on the side of the video, and you could hear the track in the back.
Oh!
Yeah. And it's
right.
a bop.
You're right.
We already know.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, some weird, out there in the other world type of thing.
Yeah, because they were on like a submarine or a ship or something.
Well, I'm glad you guys are excited.
Wait, are we alone in this excitement?
I'm not a big EXO fan. You two might be.
Are you not? Oh no!
Wait.
I'm sorry. EXO has been a hit or miss.
Okay.
But when they come out with whatever single, they're singles. Anytime they come out with a single or whatever the songs that they want to make, the headliner, those songs are good. But when you get the rest of the album, to me, it didn't match the single. I'm sitting there like, I got duped twice with 2 albums. To me, that's the way it is. The only albums that I really like, I like Ko Ko Bop and The War. I love those albums because everything sounded like it was cohesive and it went together. So yeah.
Oh, I love that song.
Don't Mess Up My Tempo. That's a great song.
Oh.
And Love Shot, but yeah.
Overplayed.
I'm just
the Ko Ko Bop, Love Shot, The Eve, like those 3 songs were played for like what, it feels like 2,000 years. I'm so glad they're coming out. But I know like some people like the older stuff. I like more of the older stuff. I'm more of the like first few albums. The last album I really loved of theirs was the one that came out sadly right after Junghyun's death. It was gorgeous. It was absolutely, and maybe it was because I was so sad that I loved it so much, but it was fitting. It was very calm. It was very like forlorn. It was very soothing. That's probably my favorite album. But then after that, it's kind of been hit or miss for me. My kid loves the new stuff. Sounds like Allison, you like the newer stuff. Amy, what do you like about EXO? Do you like the newer or the older?
Probably the stuff I started liking was the video with the car. With Kai in the white outfit, sucking on a lollipop. Oh my God, which one was that?
Wait.
Was it Call Me Baby?
Call Me Baby.
Okay.
Ko Ko Bop, wasn't it?
So that's when I started to like them a lot. Their older stuff I didn't like a lot. And then Call Me Baby, and then of course Tempo was just a bop and a half. I hated the song with the power.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh!
I don't like that one that much either.
But in all fairness, dude, a hurricane had just hit our area, and we had no power. And then that song came out, and I was like, no. So that might be why I hated it. But I remember that song. I cannot listen to that song. But I am excited because I usually like at least one of the tracks that they come back with. And any comeback where Kai has a crop top is one that I will support.
Yeah, so
sideways. Crop top, Taemin.
Crop top tie.
Lord have mercy on my soul.
Amen to that. Crop top love. Okay.
Oh my God. Amazing. Yeah. I mean, transcending like just regular music. I can't stop listening to it.
This is a good segue. So we have new music out this week, and we might as well just go ahead and talk about it. Taemin's Advice video.
Was it the white outfit or the black outfit? And he starts that one shirtless.
Oh my God. I watched his performance on M Countdown. If you haven't seen it,
I was kind of hoping that the whole show was going to be that vibe, but he put on a shirt. Is that real? Is that tattoo down his side real?
I was like, please just show us your tattoos because I know you have them, and please just be. Yeah, I think so. Because he's got a tattoo down there. I don't remember what it is, but he does have a real tattoo. He got hanging out with 10, and I think 10 has caused him to get tattoos.
Dang.
Oh my Lord. Now, did you guys have the chance to see the Taemin and Minho's reaction to Advice?
Not yet.
Oh my God, it's so adorable. And not to spoil, I won't spoil anything else, but my favorite, it starts right off the bat, and he's playing the piano, right? And then Minho looks over at him and he goes, "You start this video already naked, Joe?" He's like, "Aren't you too naked to start this video?" It was so sweet. It was too sweet.
Oh, cute. Oh, that's cute. Yeah, and I saw aespa also did a reaction. I haven't seen that one either. I've just now noticed that they had reactions going on, so I'll have to check that out. And speaking of aespa has a new song called Next Level, which we were talking a little bit earlier is actually a remake of a song that was put on the Fast and the Furious movie Hobbs and Shaw OST. So Next Level, we'll leave a link for the original version of it, It sounds like it. I mean, it's basically kind of the same song, except they do Korean and the real songs or the original songs in English. I'm iffy about this performance. I didn't really like their outfits in the video. But I do love Ning Ning. She's the one with the red hair. She's so cute. I want to adopt her and just like make her happy. She's just adorable. I mean, I know you guys, we've all kind of been a little iffy about aespa. I don't really particularly love the AI aspect. It's really weird to me.
I only like the one song. So I don't know that they'll ever be my go-to girl group at all because
the Black Mamba song. Yeah. I feel like SM is setting them up for a fall.
It doesn't feel real. I don't know.
It just seems it's weird. Like I'm really confused as to why they're doing things the way they're doing with them, but it's just not coming off very genuine. Maybe I don't know. They need to work on some PR for them because it's just already looking downhill. Maybe it'll change. I know that NCT kind of started out that way too, and then now they're like one of the top groups. So maybe aespa will be okay after a while. It might take a few years. Other than that, we had other new releases. BI had a new song with some features on it called "Got It Like That." Enhypen went all strangely like a sexy image, and they're all too young. So that song was called "Fever." It's a good song. I'm a little weirded out by all the like the video.
All those come hither looks. Yeah, those are a problem.
Like, Nikki, you are an infant. Please do not. Stop. Just stop it. Don't do that.
Yes.
How old is Nikki?
Like 15 or 16. Dude, he's young.
So like in like 5 years, I don't even want to look at that child.
Yeah. He's your daughter's age. Like, he's baby.
God love it.
God, it's scary. Like, when they're younger than my daughter, I'm like, okay. And my daughter has to like say, okay, Mom, that person is my age. That person is younger. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna watch them. But
you know who I can't see.
Huh?
Amber, you know who I can't see? Who I can't see is sexy no matter what he does?
What?
Sunu.
What?
I can't.
Oh no, he's baby.
He's adorable and he's handsome, but he can't. To me, I picture him as going, and doing all this little stuff during the show, during the island, and I cannot see him.
And remember, he even said he wanted to do like a sexy concept, and I'm like, oh no, just don't do that. You're too.
No, just eat your little animal crackers, sweetheart. Yeah. You don't need to be sexy.
You're a baby. No.
He's just such a baby.
Yeah, they're
right.
All babies. He-sung's like the only one that's like 20, I think. And
oh my God,
even he's still kind of baby to me. I'm like, they're all little babies. I do love them though. We all love them a lot. We all watched Island, and they're all just little sweet kids.
Every time I see him, I think of Jay. Remember the part on Island where he was sitting on the floor, and they're like, "Who wants to be center?" And he's like, "I want to be center," and they pick somebody else. Who wants to be this line? I'll take this line, and he kept getting passed over, and he was so sad, and frustrated, and I'm like, "Yay!" When he made the group, I was so happy because he was so unhappy through most of that show.
I know. We didn't think he was going to make it. And I was like, we were all rooting for him by the end. We're like, please just let Jay make the group. Please let Jay make the group. Yeah, they're doing good. They're bopping. They're bringing out hits. I love Drunk Days. Really liking Fever. So we'll just see what happens next with them. Other than that, we had, From Astan had a song called We Go. Hayes, who's a solo artist, she had a song called Happen come out. There is a rap artist. He's going by His name is Sungin. And he's got a song called Business Boy. It's great. It has Blue, who's on Make It Rain, and another rapper, and I can't think of his name off the top of my head. Rocket Punch girl group has a song called Ring Ring. We've already talked about Taemin's Advice. PO1, who used to be the group 2, they've rebranded, and they have a song called Son of Beast.
I like that one.
It's a good song.
Yeah, that was a good song.
Yeah. I look forward to what else they do because it's great. And then last but not least, BTS. Let's talk about BTS. BTS had their video Butter. It's like butter, y'all. It's like butter. What all do we know about that? Let's see. The last time I looked, it went from 137 million views down to 131 million views. Don't know
what the hell's that about.
I don't know what it is now. Have you guys checked? I can look.
I'll look. I can look.
So they really haven't gone up much since like noon. So YouTube's screwing with their views, I think. But they did break a record, a YouTube record. At the time, they had like over 100 million in just like a 24-hour period. So that's another record for them. They're going to be on the Billboard Awards on Sunday and perform Butter for the first time. They're nominated for 4 awards: Top Duo Group, Top Social Artist for the 5th year in a row, Top Songs/Sales Artist, and Top Selling Song for Dynamite. And they're going to perform Butter for the first time. Jungkook did talk about it a little bit in an article. He said, the fact that we are nominated for 4 categories is not easy, of course. It's a great honor. It's been a year since Dynamite was released, and I think this shows that the song is still being loved by a lot of people, and that makes us really happy.
Yeah, mine says 144, but yeah. Is it virtual, live or virtual? What are they doing?
It's a combination of both. They're not going to be there, but other artists will be there. No, they're not coming. Right now, they're not going to be. They haven't been flying now to do anything. Eventually they will, but no, right now not. Nobody from Korea, from what I know from artists, have been flying out to the U.S. or anything like that. So anytime they're on any TV show, it's virtual for wherever they're at in Korea.
They're also, along with the billboards, they're going to be on the Late Show with Stephen Colbert on Tuesday, and then on the 28th they're going to be on GMA for the summer concert series. And that's going to be fun to watch.
Summer concert series.
So
they're kicking it off
early or recorded. And that's really all the big news I had. I know we're going to go into a more discussion about Butter and about BTS in general. So I'm going to hand it over to one of you guys.
Thank you, Amber. That was our news for A3Noonas for this week. I know it's a lot to digest, and we will leave links to the songs we talked about and the articles to some of the big news like the dating, brain slip proof, and EXO's comeback, and Dara leaving YG, and G-Friend disbanding. So we'll make sure you have all those links to those articles if you want to read some further. So now we're going to start and get to our main part of our podcast tonight. We're going to talk about butter. Melt butter. I don't need no Usher to know I got it bad. Butter.
So I did that line didn't register with me until I was driving back from taking the kids to school. I was like, wait a second, now I know what he meant. So I was a little slow on the uptake on that one.
These young kids don't know nothing about no Usher.
No, well, no, not the young ones. I mean, but I loved that song. It just, Well, I guess when that part of the song plays, he's hitting the elevator buttons, and I was like, what does being in an elevator have to do with Usher? I'm like, I don't. And then I was like, oh, it was like a light bulb went off. I was like,
It's
boy,
okay.
I feel stupid. But now, in my defense, it was like midnight. Okay, I was tired. I watched it 3 times. I went to bed, and then I got up at like 5:45 to take the kids to school. So it took a while for that to sink in. Now, they wrote this one, right? They wrote this song. Dynamite was written for them, but Butter they wrote with someone.
So let's get into that. What did you guys think about Butter?
It was actually way more authentic to them, like you had said. It was, and actually, I was looking up to see who wrote it, and it looks like it was co-written between them and Columbia Records chief Ron Perry, who was the co-writer and co-producer, is what it says on this article that I'm reading from Variety. Looking to see if it says anything else. That's all I'm really seeing as far as there may be somebody else on there. Oh, the song's production. Okay, so it was written by a bunch of people I don't know. Alex Bilowitz, Jenna Andrews, RM, Rob Grimaldi, Ron Perry, Sebastian Garza, and Stephen Kirk. So, and then the vocal arranger is the only other name I recognize, and that's P-Dog. We all have P-Dog.
Right, but at least they had a hand in it. Right. But I mean, at least, because RM had mentioned that he had a hand in writing with it. Dynamite was a great song and it's catchy as hell, but it's just a bunch of catchphrases that don't really mean a whole lot. And whereas this, this was just like a love letter to Army. It's like, you love us, you can't help but love us, and now you're going to love us more. So it was perfect.
Yeah, I agree. It's telling Army and anybody else who thought BTS didn't have it to let them know we still got this, no matter what. But I like the Sugars part, talk about haters and everything. He put that in there a little bit to let you know that you still gonna melt like butter because you have your names in our mouth, pretty much. That's how hot we are.
Yep.
So I love how they stuck to who they were. And I think we talked about this before, that I think BTS has surpassed the level of just being K-pop. I see them as BTS the artist, not BTS who's part of K-pop. It's like they can do both.
I agree. I
think this song shows
a little defensive about when
disagree?
people say,
I agree.
They're not K-pop anymore. Just because I feel like they do still identify as K-pop, and K-pop was their core. That's where they came from. That's where they started. And just because they're doing English songs doesn't really end that for me. But I do get what you're saying. Just like the Beatles, they weren't just British pop. They weren't just a British rock band. They were the Beatles, and that's where BTS is now. BTS is more than, you're right, more than just K-pop. They are international. They're the biggest, the
Beatles, right,
in the world. Them and Brockhampton. Y'all probably don't get that, but they are like the biggest group in the world right now. I thought it was funny actually that Brockhampton is going to be on the night after BTS is on Stephen Colbert. But Brockhampton's a rap group, and they call themselves like the biggest boy band in the world, and they're really, really good. But I just thought it was interesting that they were going to be on the night after BTS is going to be on. I was like, that's funny. That's real funny. That's some interesting irony in that. But yeah. I mean, they're doing their thing. BTS is showing everybody that they still got it, and hopefully they'll still have it for years to come, even after they go into the military and do all that stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah, because I just think that when people who listen to hear BTS now compared to when they started, I think people more gravitate, who are not into K-pop, gravitate to them more a little bit now. Because if you listen to a lot of from their last album, like Map of the Soul 7, it doesn't sound like anything else out there in K-pop. But they still, like you said, they still keep that K-pop feel from the videos to the dancing to the choreography to just all the special little sprinkles they put in it. But I am glad that they decided to step out their comfort zone just a little bit more, give us an all English song, not to be pressured. And it seemed like they did it on their own terms. It was just so adorably cute. Especially, I love, my favorite part was when they were all dancing in the little elevator and they all danced by themselves. Just seeing Sugar doing his little, old man dance. And Jin actually getting into it. And I'm sitting there like, you go, Jin. So I love that part. And also I love the part when they spelled that ARMY. Somebody on Facebook did a split screen in a photo of when they did that when they first started.
I saw that.
Yeah. So it's like they brought back something from when they started out to show how they appreciate us. So I love that.
Yep.
What do you think, Amy?
I still really love Dynamite. I'm not gonna lie. I know you two aren't the biggest fans, but I don't. I'm wondering how this song's gonna perform against Dynamite, because Dynamite was easy to sing and catchy as hell. And I don't know if this one's, because I drove around all day today, and I was in the car and I kept just switching stations and wasn't hearing it at all. So I wonder how long, down here in Ponung, Florida, how long it's going to take to hear it.
It took a while for Dynamite, so it may take equally as long. It's going to catch on. They're going to have to do promotions. They're going to have to be on the billboards, and the song's going to have to. And I'm sure that Columbia Records will probably do their magic and start getting it integrated in some commercials like they've done recently. Hell, I was watching I saw a commercial when I was watching something just a little bit ago, and for the $100,000 pyramid show, they had Dynamite playing on it. It was in like the commercial for the show. So that song's everywhere.
Up with their phone. And they played 2 of their songs already on their Samsung commercial, so it wouldn't hurt. Or Hyundai. I don't care. I don't care who wants to do it. But I do like the song. The more I listen to it, it's not like I didn't like it. I just don't know if it's as catchy, if it's going to be stuck in your head like Dynamite was. I was also seeing on Twitter, people are doing like the butter challenge, eating a piece of butter. See, and everyone's making this face. You two are making this face. Dude, I freaking love butter. I could eat it. I could slap off a little stick, a little piece of butter and eat it. I love butter. What's wrong with you people?
No. Ooh.
So you all never gone to the fair and had like fried butter?
I like butter, but I'm not just going to eat a piece of it like that.
Like a little sliver of butter, and I wouldn't be making no faces. I freaking love butter. So I don't know. Everybody's like, they're acting like they put like Brussels sprouts in their mouth. I'm like, dude, it's just butter. It's just butter. I don't understand. So
well, yeah.
But
butter
you get a good piece of pancake, and sometimes a little slab of butter is bigger than the piece of pancake you put in your mouth.
Fork in it and gobble it down.
Yes.
I don't know. It's something about that.
I don't know. Well, I wouldn't have a problem with it. I'm fine with eating butter.
Yeah.
I totally eat butter. But anyway. But see, and we're probably not going to use this video, but I have butter colors on. I don't know if you can see my butter shirt here. Oh, that's the other thing. Those outfits, the black and yellow, were perfection. Every single one of them was perfection. There were no shorts in sight on that, so I was happy for that.
Okay.
Oh no, they wore shorts in the video, but thank God, not when they were wearing black and yellow. They were in suits and they looked fine. And I could do the shorts if it's a basketball. If you're on a basketball court, yeah, you can wear your shorts. Just don't give me shorts anywhere else if you're not outside.
I think my favorite part.
That was last week's conversation. We will not go there again.
You guys know I love J-Hope. He's my wrecker. That moment when he kind of jumps up towards the screen, towards the end of the song, I screamed. It was 4:30 in the morning when I watched this video. I went. I can't believe my daughter didn't hear me. I squealed in delight. He looked so good. He looked so good. They all looked good, but just something about J-Hope and blonde hair. I was dying. I loved it so much.
But I am glad that they're back. I guess when we do our next podcast, we'll talk about the performance from the billboards and also, GMA. Okay, so we're going to transition to our next topic that we all been watching is Mnet's Kingdom. Girl, I just finished today's episode 8, and I'm like, damn. It is amazing of what these guys could do. But before we get into the discussion about it, Amber, do you want to explain what exactly Kingdom is?
Yeah, so Kingdom is it's an Mnet program, and they've done this in the past with Queendom is what the show was called, and they had several girl groups that were not the biggest girl groups in K-pop, but they were up and coming groups like G Idol and Oh My Girl and Park Ball was on there, and I'm drawing a blank on the other groups. I'm so sorry. Yeah, Mamamoo was on it. Yeah, and I want to say, can't remember if Love
Mamamoo,
was
right?
on it or if I'm just crazy, but there was some other group that was on it.
Wasn't Mamamoo on that one?
It's not within hearing range, but she could tell me right off the bat. But anyway, so what they did on the show is they would do all these challenges and these different performances, and it wasn't like they kicked off anybody. Everybody performed all throughout the show. And then at the end they had the ultimate person, the top group, and first, second, third, fourth, fifth, or whatever. And so it was just sort of a more showing off the groups than anything. So in this next iteration of the show, they did Road to Kingdom, and what they did was they took more up and coming boy groups, and they tried to see who would be the top group to make it on to the show Kingdom. And so we had groups like Pentagon and The Boys and the group 2, who's now TO1, and they had Very was on there. I can't remember who else was on there. So there was a bunch of groups, and so ultimately, Golden Child was
Very.
They got booted off, and it really hurt my feelings. But in the end, the boys won, so they made it on to Kingdom, and so now you've got Stray Kids, BTS, the boys, B2B, all the members that are left in B2B, sadly. I love B2B. I'm really sad that all this stuff has happened with them. So B2B, and Icon, and SF9. I think that's everybody, right? I think I said everybody.
Yep.
So they are competing, I guess, for bragging rights. Who is going to take the crown and be the top kings of K-pop? We have had several episodes already. We had an intro performance where they performed live and viewers got to vote, and then they've had different sets of challenges they've done. One of the last couple episodes, they just kind of had fun and played games, and that was really cute. And so this most recent episode, they did vocal unit, dance unit, and then what's the other one? Vocal unit, dance unit, and lab unit. And so it was split up between the Mayfly group, which was Stray Kids and ATs and B2B, versus the what was it? I something. Oh, that's so one time one some
I'm the one.
because it
I
almost
am one.
reminded me of like Iligu, like 911, 911. I don't know what, I can't remember what it was the one time, one something. I don't know. If y'all, I'm the one, maybe it's I'm the one.
Maybe one time.
Anyway, so that was SF9 and Icon and the boys. So ATs had won the previous challenge, so they got to pick the team. So they had picked Stray Kids and B2B. And so basically what happened is they performed a rap song. So each team performed a rap song, a dance song, and a vocal song. Mayfly won all three challenges. It was almost kind of sad that the other team just didn't pull it off to me. I don't know what you guys thought. I thought on that vocal challenge, Kwang and Sungmin and the other guy. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm drawing a blank tonight. It was, what was the other kid? Oh my god, hang on. Oh, it was. Oh my god, it was Jong Ho from ATs. Jong Ho from ATs. I'm glad you said that so it was Sungmin from Stray Kids, Eun Kwang from BDB, and Jong Ho from ATs, and they performed IU's Love Poem.
Yes.
Holy god, it was like a master class in vocals to me. It was
yes.
Watching the other teams, while they did good.
Yeah, that was gorgeous.
It just didn't compare. And the poor kid Insung from SF9, I felt so bad for him because he tried really hard and he messed up his last high note. Yeah, it was hard. It was kind of heart-wrenching to see him be so frustrated. But I think even if he would have nailed the note, they wouldn't have won.
Now, did we just spoil it for anyone who hasn't watched
remember,
it this week?
This is not coming out like right away, so this will be out. Yeah, will be premiere in June, so these will be out sometime in June. A couple more episodes, so almost close.
Okay, it'll be over by then.
So we're not spoiling it, hopefully. My bad.
Yeah.
It's going to put spoilers alert if you have not watched.
Sponsored, but we wish we were.
Don't listen.
Oh, and if you're wondering where to watch, you can watch it on Viki.
You guys can sponsor us. We do not care.
It's very worth watching.
Not sponsored.
Go ahead.
If you just want to see the performances, they're free on YouTube.
He said is on Viki. Watch it. Watching this, it is. You get to see these groups, especially a good handful of them are fourth generation. Then you have the groups from a little bit of third generation and all of them mixing together. I think this is one of the best ideas out of most competition shows I have seen of late. As we discussed, we do believe the people who most likely will probably take it in our prediction is between Stray Kids and ATs. I think more onto Stray Kids because of the fact that they have that global fan base than anybody. Even though ATs is taking first place based on the expert evaluations, the global fan base and people who are voting is keeping Stray Kids right at the top. But I'm glad Icon's on there because it sort of brings them back out because they haven't been doing really well with their latest songs, except for the last one, Why, was perfect. It was phenomenal. It reminded me of Icon and who they were.
Yeah.
And that song, Drive, whatever it was horrible. I'm sitting there like,
well, like I found Icon late. It was like I found him one August. I happened to hear a song. It was like, or when they did
yes, that's amazing.
Killing Me. Is that the name of the song? Fell in love with them for that. Then I went back and listened to old Icon and the birthday song and the is there a day song for them too, or Drunken Days or something song for them too? I'd have to look at my iPod, which is too, far away right now. And yes, I'm old. I have an iPod. But anyway, but yeah. And then I was so psyched for them. And then they had 2 albums after that, or 2 comebacks. I was like, what is that? So this is the first song that I've heard that I'm like, yes,
so, and still Icon is back. When they're on the show, they are Icon. It seems like they let their guard down a little bit. And they just enjoyed it, especially Bobby. I think Bobby is being serious, but when he gets on stage, he has no care in the world, and he performs. And I love it.
Y'all gonna call me out.
I think Bobby's my Icon bias, by the way.
June. I'm gonna be real controversial, and I'm gonna take it all the way back. So Bobby and I have a little tiff that runs back to when he was on Show Me the Money. Because at the time, when I started into K-pop, he was he had said some stuff about, not specifically about Namjoon and BTS, but you could kind of tell in his raps that he was talking about BTS. So he was kind of shading BTS along during Show Me the Money, and I know there's controversy, and people might say, "Oh no, that's not what he was saying." I personally kind of think it was. So I didn't like him for a long time. I'm talking. They debuted. I was like, nope, I don't care. I'm a diehard ARMY. I don't want to hear them. Don't talk to me. This show has changed that some. I see him more now as he's funny. Like, he's real funny. And he almost reminds me of somebody. I'm not saying he does any kind of weed, but he just seems like a chill, like, he loves Bob Marley. He loves that, like, sort of like cool Rastafarian lifestyle. Mm-hmm. And I just think I could see him sitting down, smoking a blunt, and just having the chillest time. So, no, I'm not saying he smokes weed. No, I'm not saying he does drugs. I'm just saying he seems down. He seems down like that. And he seems real funny. And yes, he is serious. I know he's serious. But he also, I don't think it's all about winning for him. He just wants to have fun. And thank God they brought them out of the basement, back onto the screen. You can actually watch them on the show. I don't know if that's something to do with the fact that HYBE is kind of helping them with their comebacks and maybe with their image. That's possible. Who knows? I know that they were supposed to work with YG on some collaborative stuff like that. So maybe that's what's going on and why they're starting to be in the spotlight now. Thank God for that, because YG artists used to have relationships. And no, I'm not talking about like dating relationships, but they used to hang out and be cool with other artists, like JYP artists, like back when Big Bang and like 2PM and the Wonder Girls and all that, they would all like do stuff together. It was more of a fun time. And then like somewhere along the way, I don't know if it was YG himself or who, but it sort of stopped and they didn't have friends. They were sort of like locked out of having friendships with other idols, and that's what it seemed like to me. And now it like seems like maybe that's going to change, and I'm so down for that. Like I feel like I can like Icon again. Like I can like them, and I like their music now. I mean, there's some stuff I don't like, but I do like their new song a whole lot, and I do like Killing Me. So yeah, I know I talked a lot, but yeah, so it's turning around, and the show's turning around their image for me. They don't seem quite as standoffish or like
I love
snobby or whatever. I don't know what I thought, but Probably 2 or 3, I would think. We've got second half of the performances that they started this week.
How many more episodes do we have?
And then I would think the finale performances. So I don't know if that would be broken up into 2 weeks, or
is it?
If it's going to be one more episode in the finale episode. I would think there'd be more than 2, but I don't know. Because I know the fans will probably have to vote this time around with these sets of performances, but I don't know if that's going to figure into the finale or not, because I don't really know how they did the finale on Queendom, but I'm guessing it's going to be a little bit different, because I think that they had some trouble. Mnet always has trouble with voting. You know how they are. They've had trouble with voting for this season. There was some really weird inconsistencies about some of the numbers. There would be like dot 1.6666555, and it was the same thing all down the line. It just seemed weird. So I'm hoping they fix that, because we don't need another X1 produce X101 kind of nightmare.
Oh my God. Yeah, hell no. I'm still mad that we didn't get to keep that group. I don't care if it was rigged. I don't care. I like those boys together. That was bull.
Right. It's sad.
Yeah.
It's sad. It still breaks my heart, because I really loved all the boys on that group. I mean, they're all in different groups now, and we can all support them, but it's not the same. It's not the same.
No, it's not the same.
So, it isn't. So, like I said, I like what this program's doing. So, for you guys listening, if you are new to K-pop and not sure how to get yourself into these groups, watch Kingdom. Because I'm telling you, they show a whole different side of these boys. That what you can see at concerts is what they're showing here. And then you get to learn some other songs too, from watching Kingdom. And so you can go back to the original artists and listen. So I think this is a good thing for anybody who's just getting into K-pop and want to learn more about, third generation, the fourth generation, or even other songs from K-pop. Kingdom is it. So far, it's been really good. I'm surprised that it hasn't really messed up as bad as anything else. But it seems like everybody's friendly. They're respectful. They root for each other and everything like that. And yes.
I wanted to say, and I was thinking this while I was watching the episode today. That's one of the things in the K-pop industry that I absolutely love. That you see the idols and they're all sitting in their different rooms and they hear those guys harmonize while they were singing that song, and they're like, oh my God, this is so, they're so appreciative and they're so gracious to each other. And, they can even if there was a competition, when they hear another one of their peers do something so amazing, they're like, oh my God, that's so awesome. You don't hear that over here. I don't think I've ever heard an artist in the US sit there and go, man, you don't hear Justin Bieber go, oh, I really love Shawn Mendes' song. He's so amazing. You don't hear that, because there's just not a level of, the same respect doesn't carry over here. They're in it for themselves and how they can climb the charts. And it's not, they don't appreciate each other the way that you can see these boys truly appreciating it. And bowing down to the guys who were there before them and saying, I can't believe I get to sing with you. This is amazing. It's just a total...
It used to be that way.
They're just so different.
I don't know when it changed.
Totally different.
But if you think about it, especially if you ever get to watch the Kennedy Honors, or when they honor other artists on award shows, especially people, they have that.
Yeah.
You see that.
If it's a Lifetime Achievement Award.
These other artists who are younger,
see that.
You don't see that as much. It feels like if you can diss somebody, you be able to get the good press, and you got to prove it. So I think there's still camaraderie here in the West, but I just think that is a lot with the younger artists that sit up there and try to say something negative about other people and stuff like that, just to get themselves known or shown or something.
Like back, I remember watching an award show when Britney Spears first came back. I think it might have been MTV Music Awards or something. She came out, I think she opened the show. She hadn't been on stage in like a hot minute. It was after all of her scandal with the shaving of the hair and everything. And she came out and sang Gimme More. She may or may not have been lip syncing. It doesn't even matter. She was trying to get Britney back. And I want to say it was Rihanna and somebody else were standing, like, they were like whispering to each other during her performance, and the camera kept panning over to them. And they were like, almost like laughing, like, look at this washed up. And maybe that's not what they were talking about. But the way the camera guys made it look, like they were kind of laughing, like, look at Britney trying to be something, you know, she's over. This is our time. And I kind of like, you know, Britney and Christine and them, I mean, they came out of the freaking Disney factory and they made something for themselves. And it seemed like the newer artists were like, okay, grandma, get off the stage. It's ours now. It just, it's like, I don't know. But Rihanna, if you ever heard this, maybe you were talking about something else entirely. I'm just saying, the producers made it look like you were dissing.
The K-pop industry.
So blame the producers for how it looked.
Compared to the music industry in the United States. It's a small world. All of those idols know each other, or they know of each other through another person. So it's a tiny country. It's a tiny industry.
That's true.
They all perform on award shows a lot of times together every single day of the week. And I think that's what we don't have here. I mean, we used to kind of have that with like American Bandstand and Soul Train, but that was the only two. Yeah, hell, oh my God, I grew up on American Bandstand and Soul Train. My God, I miss that kind of stuff. And that's maybe the reason why I think we all like watching K-pop shows like that. Is because I know it reminds me of a time when we used to see like Madonna and like Bon Jovi and all these people on American Bandstand on Saturday morning. Or like going watching Soul Train and seeing like New Edition or who, you know, with a young Whitney Houston, or watching, oh my God, the Apollo Theater and seeing like New Kids on the Block perform for the first time in front of a crowd and just knocking the socks off of everybody. It was a different time in America, and I think for K-pop, they appreciate the music more maybe over there. It's just a different culture. Yeah.
Yeah, the music and the showmanship, because they all know what they had to go through to get there. They all know what it's like to be a trainee. They all know what it's like to, you know, wear the smock with your name on it so the camera guy calls the right person. I mean, they all have been put through the paces. So I think that's, you know, but totally different show. Obviously not this one, because this one, you know, is already in an hour or so. But I have a theory that the reason why Noonas like ourselves love K-pop, if you listen to it, it's taken us back to like 80s music, 70s music, like the happier time of music in this country before like grunge and everything took over, and God knows what we listen to now. But I mean, you know, that's when I first, I think, heard Amber, when you introduced me to K-pop. I would listen to those tracks in the background and think, that's like music when it felt good and it felt fun and it felt happy. And I think that's why a lot of our generations, and there's 3 different generations because I don't know how many years between the 3 of us, but, you know, I'm the grandma. But anyway, so, but I mean, I think that's what attracts older fans, and the fact that they do videos. We all grew up on videos and concepts and costumes and cool looking, you know, like, did you see that? They abandon videos over here. You know, they don't bother because MTV's dead. And, you know, all you see is, you know, Alabama Shore, Floribama, whatever the hell you 2 watch. You guys can do your own show with that garbage. But I think it takes us back to, like, for us, I think that the younger generation loves it because they're seeing something that they've never seen.
Mm-hmm.
They're not used to costumes and groups being put together and dance and video and makeup and all. They're not used to any of it. So they're like, look at this cool new thing.
The
And
90s,
for us, it's
and even up into the
nostalgia,
early
but with
2000s, like,
way better
like I
looking
said,
people
New
than we
Edition,
used to
New Kids on the
see.
Block, into
So
Backstreet Boys, like, I mean, and you think about it, there's a lot of the writers for K-pop are coming from that genre, because look at Teddy Riley. Teddy Riley wrote No Diggity with Blackstreet. He wrote for Shiny. I believe he wrote for a couple of other SM groups. He pretty much sat down with the K-pop community and said, let's do something here. And I mean, wonderful, wonderful songwriters. You can look at Taemin's Move, two awesome guys, and from here in America, Curtis and Aiden. They created a masterplate piece with Move, and they come from that musical background that we all came from, where they were listening to music from the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, that R&B groove that we love in K-pop, that doesn't have all the sexualized and rap and some of the other stuff that's going on in America today. Now, I do love rap, but I just get tired of like the booty shaking and the money throwing.
Like that. Like, what was it? The Grammys? WAP? What did those ladies do on, what was it, WAP or whatever?
I'm sorry. I love WAP.
I do love.
I thought it was the best thing I have seen in a long time. I was like, you go, women, because men been doing that for years.
That's
and
true.
For two grown women to come up here and say, you're not going to sexualize me, I'm going to do it myself. Yeah. And I love what Cardi B said. She's like, I'm not making music for children. I'm making music for adults. And my music is not for everybody. And it's for me to explore my sexuality. Men been doing it for years and nobody says anything. But now a woman comes up and now there's something wrong. No. Yeah. I loved it. Megan Thee Stallion. I thought it was the best thing I've ever seen in my life.
Well, I think we all watched that together, and you guys were like,
"Oh my god, I love it!"
I'm just like,
back
okay,
late in the 90s, to the early 2000s, the music they're doing has been done. Just a lot of people don't remember. If you go back to Trina, Foxy Brown, the woman who sang that song, "My Neck, My Back," if you go all the way back, you go back. They were doing the same thing. It wasn't called twerking back in those days. And even all the way back.
Oh, well, even like
that song called?
Like Push It and all the songs that Salt and Pepper did. Let's Talk About Sex and all those things that they did. They were pioneers of that whole women's empowerment genre of music that we don't get.
Oh yeah.
Well, we didn't get, for, I don't know, a good span of almost like 5 or so years. And then finally it started coming back. And I do appreciate it. I think it's great. I think I get tired of the guys doing it.
No, yeah. But that just came to mind when you said sexualized. I was like, yup.
Well, if you go back into the music with K-pop and everything, they were, especially from the first generation to now, they did have their sexualized moments. It's just that they did it in a way that's undercover. Like a coming of age ceremony. I forgot her name who sang that song that came out in the first generation. Yeah. She didn't like that song. She hated that song. But it was talking about a woman coming of age. Talking about when it's time you can have sex, If that's what it was talking about. But they do it in a way that is not as blunt as Western artists. And going back to with K-pop and what Amy was saying with nostalgia, if you think about it, K-pop was built on from the R&B and hip hop scene from the late 90s. And for all
Mm-hmm.
of us who are listening to this, it brings
Yep.
us back to those songs. And like Amber said, there are so many writers who are,
Oh yeah.
you know, who have written R&B and hip hop songs. A lot of black creators have their hands in K-pop. We just don't know because we don't see them. But that's why you get the sound that you do. And hip hop and R&B has always been something
Yep.
that brought people together that people love. But now, you like you said, there's certain things in rap music I cannot stand. I cannot just,
Yeah.
it just makes me cringe. As who said it before that
Yeah.
it's not intelligent rap. I think
Mm-hmm.
Snoop Dogg says something on that nature, that it's just mumble rap. It doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
When we rap, it meant
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
So, but K-pop is able to rap. Yes, and
Yeah. I
K-pop
mean, it
does
used to tell
that
a story.
and everything. And I think the younger kids who are into K-pop, like you said, Amy, they're like, "This is fascinating. This is new. This is gorgeous."
Yeah. But what they don't know, it's just like your platform shoes and your little outfits you're wearing.
They were just
Everything old is
names.
new again, kids. Everything you like now, been there, done that. Just so
Just
you know, been there, done
all
that.
right. Let's see. Okay, that was an interesting discussion from
The
Kingdom
kitchen
to R
sink.
and B and hip hop and WAP.
Oh no.
Yes, we can
See, you don't know
talk.
what you're gonna get.
We are.
We're a mixed bag. That could be our logo, mixed bag of old hags. No, I'm sorry. I'm not allowed to say that.
So right now we're getting to the end of our podcast, and let's see. We could either
Sure.
do the 3 songs of the week and pick one of those that we want to
Okay.
share, what people we think people should listen to. You guys want to do that before we go into our housekeeping at the end and our closing?
Okay.
So who
I'll let
wants to
Amy go
start
first.
sharing their 3 songs and pick one of the 3 you think we should focus on?
Oh, sure. I'm scrolling to see which 3 I pick. Okay. Um. So okay. So of course. I mean, we all Butter's a gimme. So if you're not listening to that, you're dead. But
Yes.
you passed away before it premiered. But I my hats off. If you
Textile walls.
I was looking at the views on Taemin's advice. It's dismal compared to the numbers that, granted he doesn't have an army. But I mean, that song, yeah, that song is amazing, and more people should be listening to Taemin. More people should know who Taemin is. In my opinion,
Yes.
he's like the Michael Jackson of K-pop. That
I
child doesn't get
agree.
enough
My
recognition,
God, praise
and he should be
Yes.
way more richer than he is.
me too.
Because
Woo!
he's just from heaven, straight from heaven. It's Taemin's world, and we're all
I
just lucky
love
to live
that.
in it.
I would go to Taemin Church. Praise. Amen.
Church of Taemin. I bow to the
Yes.
church of the crop top Taemin
Oh, say
with
it,
the white
Amy.
sweats. Thank you, God.
Woo.
Even my
Yeah.
daughter,
Oh, we're
my
feeling
daughter was
it.
watching that, and she said, "Damn." It's not a kid's show anymore, but yes, Taemin should always wear crop tops with white
All
sweats.
right.
And then the
He
things
is.
that he wears. I mean, he might have on pearls
Oh
one
my,
time, or he may have on a glove, or he
that's
may have, and it's
that's
just
that's what she said. She said to me, Mom, with the dread, with the hair put in, with the longer hair and the makeup, she goes, at times he can look so feminine. And then he'll dance a certain way, and then he looks so masculine. And she goes, so I don't know what I'm looking at. All I know is I like it. I'm like, that's him. Yep.
it's something that like Prince has done, David Bowie's done, classic legends, and I think Timon is like that.
and nobody catwalks like him. Nobody walks he walks a straight line, and you are just salivating by the time he gets to the front of the camera. Oh my God, it's hot in here. It's just hot in here. I'm sorry. Somebody else pick.
Go ahead,
I need a shower.
Going back and forth. I will do since I've already talked about Enhypen's Fever. The guy that is that person, his name is Sung Yun. I think I'm saying his name correctly. He was a rapper that was on Show Me the Money this past season. He's a phenomenal rapper. You need to check him out. The song that he has out called Business Boy is number one. If you like rap music, if you like Korean rap, you need to check this kid. He is one of those guys that I think could go back and win Show Me the Money again if he was on it again. And maybe eventually he will. He's fun to listen to. I mean, he's one of those dudes that I really want to see grow more and be on more shows and do more things, because he could really take off and be like the next like Loco, or I can even like, I'm not gonna say Sonny because Sonny's been too problematic. But just one of those top dudes like Simon Dominic or Jay Park or somebody like that, because he's just fun. He's fun to listen to. So that's probably the person I would say everybody should check out.
I definitely will. So 2 of my songs are not K-pop. One is, and we talked about B.I. with Destiny Rogers, Twyla Yeway. I guess that's how you said the name. Got It Like That. Yeah. The other one is Boys World. I think they're 5 members. They're a girl group that I believe they're American. I can't remember. I have to look them up a little bit more. But they came out a song, I think the same day as Butter, called All Me, and it was pretty good. But the one group I want to recommend to you guys is called 4Mix. They just debuted, and they are a Thai group. And girl, the song Why You Come Back blew my mind, because I believe, and I'm not trying to sit there and say anything negative, the leader of this group dresses feminine, like with heels and everything, but it doesn't look bad. The whole song is great. So I think, I don't know.
I'm going to have to check that out.
How they came about, how the group concept came about, but I do like the song and I do like the video. I thought it was really good. And yeah, I'm going to recommend that. And of course, all the links for all the songs we'll put hopefully below. But yes, I was like, I like this song. I can dance to this. I can move to this. You know, it's not typical and everything, but it flowed very well. So 4Mix, if you guys want to check out something that's new and different outside of K-pop.
I would like to eventually have a discussion about K-pop sounding songs coming into the international market, and how companies like HYBE and JYP and P Nation and all these different companies, CJENM, are talking about debuting groups that are American based or South American based, but have that K-pop label on them. I think because to me that Boys World group, those girls remind me of K-pop, but they're not K-pop. And I think that it's a great discussion to have. I know that we can't do it today because we are running a little long, but maybe another soon when the show starts with SM or JYP, one of those audition shows happens. We need to have a discussion about that.
All right, guys. So a little bit of housekeeping. I know that this is new for us, so if the quality isn't as good as you're used to when it comes to podcasts, we apologize. This is brand new. We are three of us in all different places, so we have to try to connect and figure this out. And so we do appreciate you sticking with us and grooving with us. And you're probably like, what the hell just I listened to? But we are very fun. We love to talk K-pop, and we want to share our experiences with you. Also, we will eventually start doing reaction videos because we want to get those out to you guys. If we can figure it out, we're going to figure it out. With 3 heads, we can figure this out. But we want to do that. And then eventually, as we go through, we will talk about K-dramas and things like that. We will have probably a whole podcast about different shows, actors, and also scandals in the K-drama world, because there's been a couple this year that's been a doozy. So, I mean, what is that? The whole bullying scandal with, what is the River Over the Moon, whatever that drama is.
Oh, the God.
That happened with the main actor who was accused of bullying and doing some things, and he got dropped from the drama, and then they decided to go back and reshoot the whole drama. So we will have those discussions.
Ooh.
Maybe.
That's next week's episode.
All right. Thank you. We're sorry we're all over the place. We will get better as time goes on. I appreciate it. And we'll see you again. This is A3Noonas out, where fangirling comes to life. Peace out.
Peace out.